Hey everybody, it is about 3:03 p.m. My name is Nicholas Cabrera. I am your co-host.
Tony Newell, your other co-host.
And we are in the city with Resource City. We stream live every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here in this studio, Miami Community News. We've got a really, really exciting show today. We have a very special guest who I'm going to introduce in just a second.
How special?
Oh, very special. And I'll tell you why. But if you stay tuned till the end of today's episode, not only are you going to learn about what it's like to grow up in Coral Gables, what it's like to play football in Coral Gables Senior High School, what it's like to coach soccer at the youth center, amongst many other things. We're going to learn how to make famous old fashions, and we're going to play a little game at the end of the episode called Blast to the Past.
Sounds like fun.
So now it's time to introduce our guest, Ralph Cabrera.
Hey, Nicholas.
Just so the audience knows,
Tony.
Hey, Ralph.
there is no relation here.
No,
We don't know each other,
I've known you all your life.
but we don't know each other otherwise.
I don't know you, and I've cleaned your butt.
Okay, well, now you took it too far.
Other than that, that's where it ends.
Yeah. Well, we just met on the sidewalk, and I said, oh, you'd be a great guest for today. So I brought you on. So, Dad, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Oh,
Wait. You guys are related?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That explains it.
Yeah, that does explain it. Well, cheers to that, Tony.
Cheers.
Water, right?
Uh-huh.
Cheers.
So,
gentlemen.
Dad, thanks for.
Apple
There's
juice.
our applause.
Oh, it's
Apples, there you go.
It's
It's a little delayed.
delayed.
This is a really exciting episode. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
It's exciting for me because I've gotten involved in Coral Gables because I grew up watching you. So this is just an absolute honor and a privilege to have you on our show today.
Thank you, son. I appreciate that.
Tony,
Thanks.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
my pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm excited as well.
Yeah. So, Dad,
Yes.
you born in Cuba,
Born in Cuba,
came to the United States when you were 8 years old.
left Cuba when I was 8 years old.
Okay. And so you went to Spain first.
We went to Spain for about 9 months.
Right. Okay. And then you came to the United States and you came to Coral Gables. And you've been here ever since.
Yep. I think I'm on my 55th year in
55th
Coral Gables.
That's amazing.
I didn't know you went to Spain first.
We were there for 9 months. We pretended to go there on vacation.
Uh-huh. Ibiza. Ibiza.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Ibiza. And we declared ourselves political exiles. Once we
Okay.
got there, we went to the American embassy.
Okay.
I remember all that like if it was yesterday.
Wow.
And then we spent 9 months trying to figure out how to get to the United States of America.
Why did your parents choose Coral Gables?
Abuela did,
Abuela.
my mom.
Okay.
My mother, I think this is a funny story for our family. My mother at the dinner table in Cuba would say to my dad, listen, when we go to the US,
Mhm.
there's only, I don't care where we live as long as it's in Coral Gables.
That's it. Right.
And I didn't
right.
get it. I said,
Right.
oh, this is a magical place.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would play it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So by the time we got here, I was just mesmerized.
Had she been there before?
My
Okay.
mom and
Okay.
dad
Okay.
had honeymoon in the United States. They stayed in Miami, on Miami Beach. They loved the Art Deco architecture.
Mhm.
So they hired one of the Art Deco architects
Okay.
to design a home for them in Cuba.
Okay.
Both my grandfathers, one gave them the land, the other one paid for the construction.
Okay.
But they went to Coral Gables, and back in those days, Coral Gables really wasn't much, but she
Right,
just
right.
fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And God bless her. She thought that all of our little historic structures were actually built by the Spanish during the colonial
Yeah, she
days.
thought the Spaniards had built all the entrances.
Well, they did a good job
Yeah.
with the Mediterranean
yeah.
vibe there.
And I never wanted to correct her.
Well, smart lady, 'cause it was a good time to buy back then.
Yeah.
I don't know about now, but it was a great time to buy back then. So good job.
Yeah, and it was a good time to buy when we finally got to Coral Gables and were able to buy a house. We lived in
Yeah.
the North Gables, and I remember my parents buying a house, our first house, for $24,000
Okay.
Wow.
and fully furnished.
24.
Yeah.
You could rent for 24 now, 24 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane. And
Fantastic.
where was that first house?
It was in the north part of the city on a relatively new street that had not existed until the 50s.
Okay.
It was called Granada Groves Court
Oh.
because there was an actual grove in that area, a growing grove, and the city decided to expand, and they created Alberca. No, Alberca already existed, and then they created Granada Groves Court.
You could name the
Okay.
streets like it's the back of your hand.
Pretty much.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so growing up in that neighborhood, you've told me a lot of stories growing up. I mean, there used to be freshwater springs you'd go swimming in,
Mhm.
all
Oh,
these
Well,
parks.
you really couldn't swim in them. Son.
Okay.
You could wade
Wade in them?
Yeah.
Down here?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, no. The Gables has a plethora of springs that have now been tapped.
Okay.
And they started tapping them around the 60s, maybe the 50s. But right around the corner from where I lived, there was a little spring. And we used to bring our boats and our G.I. Joes and play there until the city came along and tapped it. And another place that the city tapped a spring is Salvador Park,
Really?
Okay.
where the tot lot is.
Oh, that's right. You've shown me the
There's a cap.
the plug. Yeah.
There's a cap there
Who knew?
that looks like a platform where kids play.
That is so cool.
You mean the more you know logo when
Yeah.
these things happen
The
here.
more you
Yeah.
know.
We can get the
That's it.
sounds.
I'm pretty sure that was the more you
That's-
know
Is that it?
song from back in the day.
You young people.
Good. Quick introduction to our associate producer today.
Absolutely.
Ilian is at the computer. Our executive producer, Andres, I think he's having lunch.
We're working on getting him a camera.
Yeah,
can-
we will. That way he can chat with us and
See his
interact with
beautiful
our
face.
show. Is that microphone with you working today? You have a microphone there behind your screen. I mean, that one, there's another one, but
Well,
that way
it's
you
not
can
plugged in,
talk
so
to
I
us.
don't think it's worth.
And then
He's
the
raising a
audience,
headset.
And then we've got the audience,
Yeah.
200 people out there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Let's
right.
take a look. We've got
Thank you.
7 million viewers today.
7
Wow.
million?
7 million. That's
Oh,
incredible.
okay.
They knew Ralph Cabrera was coming on the show.
Yeah. So normally you get 15 million.
Yeah, we do. Normally, yeah, absolutely.
I hear you.
So, Dad, growing up in Coral Gables, you know this community almost better than anybody. I would like to say that you know it better than Tony or I combined.
I don't know about that, but
Well, for sure. I mean, I think you do. You went to Coral Gables Elementary,
I went to both Coral Gables Elementary and Merrick Elementary.
Merrick Elementary, which is now not called Merrick Elementary anymore.
No, it's Coral Gables Academy.
Oh, it's
I
part of
think
the
the one on Ponce?
Prep Academy.
Yeah.
Okay, Coral Gables Elementary is on Ponce.
Okay.
There is another school right near it,
Okay.
Next to
right off
Phillips Park.
Douglas Road,
I see.
behind the Publix. And that was Merrick Elementary
I see.
in my day.
I see.
And, growing up, you used to go to the youth center. Tell us a little bit about, some of your favorite experiences growing up in Coral Gables at that time and how it's changed into today.
Well, for starters, we spent all our days outside.
Okay.
We didn't have computers. We didn't have video games.
Okay.
So we spent all day outside,
Yeah.
whether it was playing football or playing Cowboys and Indians or Army or just being outside looking for trouble. And
For the Gen Zers in the audience, let's explain. Outside is the place when you go out the door
Yeah.
of your house and you turn off the tablet
Yeah.
or your phone. You go out and there's trees and sky. That's outside.
That's
So
outside.
Just want to make sure. our
I'm
viewers are
not a
keeping-
thank you.
We have a Gen Zer here.
I'm not a typical Gen Zer because I used to do that too.
Okay, boomer.
he did. He was great at that.
I used to wear a little bobby helmet, run around the neighborhood thinking I was a British police officer.
His mother and I made sure that he would go outside. He
Oh,
and
yeah.
his sister. And so we wanted them to experience.
And he's an old soul.
He is.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
No joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your sister Amanda Rose is too.
Amanda Rose. Yeah. We would hope she would be on the show with us at some point. She will.
She's too busy.
She's too busy.
She's too busy.
She's in her last school at the University of Miami.
Her last semester
at the
UM.
University of Miami, which we're both really excited for her to graduate.
Not as excited as I am.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So to save a little bit of money now
A little
after
bit.
May.
Yeah, I don't.
out.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so University of Miami. I mean, what was that like when you were growing up? Because I just know the University of Miami from the last 20 years.
Son, it wasn't that much different.
It really wasn't.
No,
Okay.
it really was very similar. Of course, they've had a boom of construction
Mm-hmm.
and they've done a beautiful job at that. But all in all, it's still pretty much a small school smack in the middle of a city. 60 acres is what it occupies.
Right.
So I think it's been a wonderful relationship between the city and the university. I wish the university students would get more involved in local politics.
I think that would really benefit our community 100-fold. I've said it many times before. They've got a population of 28,000 students. I think.
How many?
28,000.
I don't know. I didn't think it was
Quite
that.
a bit. Yeah.
It's quite a bit. It's in thousands, and not a lot of them actually get involved in our community.
No, they if they get involved at all is at the federal level.
Yeah.
Especially when President Shalala was there.
Right. Yeah. She was highly involved in local politics that
Right.
way. But the University of Miami, it's a great little community, and I think that local businesses need to realize that there's just so much potential there. I think that Tony and I talk about it pretty regularly with Resource City. we want to build communities for them, with the fraternities and with the sororities. I developed a great relationship with the Lambda Chi Alphas just
did.
a year ago when Illuminate Coral Gables was taking place.
Illuminate or Illuminati?
Illuminati is the code name.
We'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, but no, absolutely. I think that's an interesting point you touched on. So now, talking about local politics growing up, I mean, how was the Coral Gables political scene, the commission and the way that they interacted with the community? How has it changed over the last 50 years?
Oh, I can't really say growing up as a kid because I did not get involved until your grandfather asked me to get a variance to close a carport and make it into a garage.
Oh, okay.
So I went to the Board of Adjustment on a Monday night. It was televised, and I was the last applicant of the night. And I sat there mesmerized as to what was going on, all these decisions that were being made.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up there and made my presentation, and I got it approved. And when I sat back down because they had some unfinished business to discuss, and there was a police officer there, and I said, "Hey, is this the Coral Gables City Commission?" And he said, "No, this is the Board of Adjustment. They are just a advisory board that relates to zoning issues." And I said, "Wow, that is so cool." So I decided to skip school the next day because he told me that the commission meeting was the following day.
I was going to ask about that.
And I sat in the chambers all day and watched the commission meeting. And said, "This is pretty cool."
And how old were you?
I was pretty young. I must have been 14 or 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So I when I say I skipped school, I skipped part of the day. Just to be there because they only had 3-hour meetings. It was kind of quiet.
But if it's in your DNA, the bug bites you, you're a public servant at heart. I mean, we buried the lead kind of. Well, the lead is really that he's your father, which is kind of cool. But the fact that you didn't just serve on a board.
I did serve
eventually. You did, but eventually you served as commissioner for
12 years.
12 years, which I'm sure we'll get to.
Okay, but, if you want to.
We'll talk a little bit about it
if you want to.
But I think that what it was a really great conversation is what led up to that. What about Coral Gables caused you to fall in love with it, and what aspects of giving back to your community, eventually led to running for office in 2001?
Son, I think that your grandmother really was the catalyst for me to become interested in the community. And then as I was growing up, and as I just shared with you the Board of Adjustment meeting, I was fascinated by the ability to effectuate public policy. And so I said, well, the best way to really understand the process is to get involved.
Yeah.
So I became involved in the Coral Gables Parks and Recreation Board. I eventually became chairman when we renovated the youth center. I graduated to the Board of Adjustment, the same board that I went before as a kid. I then graduated to the Planning and Zoning Board. And we had a very difficult issue that the city was undergoing when I was on the Planning and Zoning Board. Actually, two major issues. One was the Village of Merrick Park.
Oh, okay.
Which, you all know, it's owned by the city.
Right.
And the second was the closing of Biltmore Way and the plans to build an administration building.
Right. I remember that. I remember you telling us that's why you decided to run.
And they closed the street, they closed Biltmore Way, and they began the process of constructing a $30 million administration building. They called it the Annex, right behind City Hall.
Wow. Can you imagine if that was there today?
Yeah, it might have been. The sad part was the concept was great. The execution was terrible. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
There are politicians that will obviously disagree with me.
Right.
That's fine. I'm okay with it. But listen, it was a wedge issue that got me elected.
Right.
So
who do you remember who was your who appointed you to those first boards? Which commissioner?
I was appointed by Commissioner Withers to one of the boards. I was also appointed by the city manager, and then I was appointed by the actual board.
Oh, very cool.
The board actually selected me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So awesome people doing awesome things locally. We have someone here with a long and very good.
We love the buttons. We love the buttons.
He's good on the buttons.
I like the buttons too.
We got a show removed from the internet for one of the buttons one time. So we have to be careful with
Can I take some of those buttons home?
We'll send you the link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can keep the link on your computer.
On your cell phone.
On your cell phone.
I like that even better.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the names of some of these buttons, and my God, if you guys could see them.
Can you do the ka-ching? I want to hear ka-ching. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be a little bit more hype. He's looking for one that he likes.
I can't see them.
Don't read the ones on the bottom.
How about Goofy Yell?
Do a goofy yell. It's the blue one. Wow.
I know that yell.
Yeah. Whoa, talking about yells. I mean, where's that yell from then?
That particular
Yeah.
yell? I have
know
no
it?
idea.
It's not from a TV show?
No, I thought he had just recorded me yelling.
Oh,
I see.
that was clever. That was clever.
That's why I know that yell.
Yeah,
I've done that yell.
I'm sure you have.
Of all the yells I've done,
That's one of them.
that's one of them.
Yeah, well,
See,
you know,
he ends my sentences. That's the problem.
It's almost like you guys are related.
That's
no
the
idea.
problem.
No
That's
idea.
the problem.
Tony, did you have a question? I think we cut you off there. Awesome
No.
people doing awesome things.
No, I was just saying it's really it's tough in the time we have to really probe appropriately because you've done a lot. And I think
I'm
it's important to know you're
Are you?
tired. Well, you don't look tired.
I'm tired and old.
And I think it's important that people know that you've done a lot for the community, and it spans a few decades, and you're not done either.
No, I pretty much am.
Oh,
I just want to relax.
Well, he's now the president of his
Politically,
board
maybe.
at his
Politically,
at his
maybe.
I'm
condo
back in
building.
politics.
Right,
man,
no,
I'm telling you, I'm back in
no.
politics.
Tony, you got to listen to this.
Okay.
I am the president of 1,300 Ponce's HOA.
oh, so much fun.
So I am now involved in a government that it's a miniature city of Coral Gables
Oh yeah,
City.
yeah.
with the malcontents.
Mm-hmm.
So if a city were a parade,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
there are three groups.
Okay.
There are those that are Are we back?
I think we're back.
Oh, hey, everybody.
We had a little technical difficulties.
We're just
Welcome
testing
back.
you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to In the City with Resource City. It
You-
looks like
you
our
know what it
stream
was?
had paused.
You know what it was?
What was that?
It was just the servers couldn't handle it. It was that many.
Ah.
We
Oh,
have
yeah.
that many live viewers that
We actually have 12 million
broke
viewers
it.
right now.
yeah. We'll have to up the
Yeah, it's working now.
server. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we were talking about
We were talking about the tour of the Vespa group.
right on
We're going to
February
start out
19th.
at Market Kitchen, City Hall, Farmers Market, Venetian Pool, the Biltmore Hotel, and the Manatee Hangout.
And we're gonna add the Alhambra
Very
Water
cool.
Tower, right?
Oh, and the Alhambra Water
Wait
Tower.
a second. This makes sense now. Isn't the Venetian Pool? Isn't it spring water or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Ah, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Coming back
The
to that.
local spring water, right?
Now,
It's- yeah.
You
Got
used
it.
to swim there, right?
Oh, every summer.
Every
Yeah.
summer. That is so cool.
Every
Very
summer. And with the caves. Do you remember the caves growing up?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the caves had
Oh yes, at the SACs, I do actually.
okay, so the
yeah,
caves
yeah.
had this huge hole that you could swim through.
Right?
No more.
Too dangerous.
I guess so it's a liability. So they
yeah.
did away with it. But yeah, once you got used to that 71 degrees, 72 degrees,
Not to ask.
that was the for me, that was the big glitch.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, getting in there.
Well, that's how the springs are up in Central Florida. You go to, Itchnatucknee or Ginny Springs, and they're constant 72 or 71, and it's
Yeah.
a jolt for 10 minutes. But
Oh,
after
yeah.
that, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
out of this
yeah,
world.
yeah.
You know what's crazy? Back when I was a kid, they didn't have a filtration system inside Venetian Pool.
Mm-hmm.
So the pool was drained every 2 to 3 days
Okay.
and water pumped back into it the night before.
I see.
And that's how they kept it clean.
Yeah.
Now the pool has a full-fledged filtration system.
I'm glad they did that. Yeah. Because I can get
Yeah.
a little dirty. A little bit
Get
of
a little
pee-pee.
dirty.
But a pee-pee in the Venetian
Yeah.
pool.
Well, I want to talk a little bit more about Venetian Pool because it's actually got some great history and it ties a little bit in with the Biltmore. Who was it? Weissmuller that would come and do the guy that played Tarzan.
So when the Biltmore was opened, the operators really wanted to have an outstanding lifeguard because, after all, it had the largest swimming pool in North America. So they were able to convince Johnny Weissmuller, who had just come back from the Olympics,
Wow.
where he won 5 gold medals, 4 in swimming and 1 in water polo, to be the very first lifeguard at not Venetian Pool, the Biltmore Hotel.
That's super cool.
And then after that, he became Tarzan.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't he die recently? Is that
No, he died a number of years ago.
And what other things did they do there at the Biltmore? Because they used to do performances.
Oh, they used to have fashion shows. They used to have concerts in the middle of the pool.
Wow.
And at Venetian, it was a really, it was a casino.
It was.
Everybody has to
Venetian
remember.
Pool and casino.
It was a casino and a pool. So
The more you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So it was really kind of an exciting place to be in, and some of the best bands in the United States would come and play at the Venetian Pool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Merrick was really the consummate promoter.
Right.
Yeah, he was something else.
You hear all this. I mean, I'm not trying to be, controversial. But are the Gables are the best days behind it? Because I'm hearing these stories of what the Gables used to be like, and it sounds pretty great. And we don't have these things anymore. We don't have the cave and Venetian Pool. We don't have, live events there. We have other things happening, but
You can't sneak in.
like a.
You can't sneak into the Biltmore.
Right.
The stories of the Biltmore.
It's supposed to be haunted too.
Yes.
Yeah. My grandfather was a tiler at the Biltmore. He laid a lot of
Really?
yep. He
How
was
cool is that?
it was a hospital first, or at least a site, and then he laid a lot of the tile in the Biltmore, and there's stories involving the Gables. There was a place on Blue Road that you probably remember. Was it Rocco's maybe?
I don't remember.
Italian place or whatever, and he was anyway. What am I doing? My grandfather did some tile work at the Biltmore.
That's very
my claim
cool.
to fame.
Very cool.
Thank you.
And you're still in the construction industry.
Well, yeah, but the family is for sure. And my father was a much better builder than I am. So we got into tech a little bit, but my wife's great, and we still do it. So
very cool.
It's in the DNA.
And talk about construction. And so the Biltmore took 9 months to complete?
Somewhere between 9 to 13 months to complete,
And
at a
that's
cost of about $12 million.
That's incredible. In 1920,
20, it went through 23, 24. Then I guess it finished sometime in 24 or 25.
How long would it take today?
it
Oh my
take
God.
years.
They
Almost.
did the Empire State Building in 410 days or something.
That's
like that.
crazy.
Well, the
Yeah.
plaza that's on Ponce right now, it's taken much longer than that.
Of course.
It's just, it's so dense.
Tony, just to to create the canals, the
right.
20
Mhm.
miles of canals
Right.
that Merrick said it was 40
Right.
because he measured both sides.
Okay. Clever.
Yeah. That
Can
is
you
clever.
imagine? Can you imagine the work that
Yeah.
that went through?
Yeah.
Because many of those canals are 20 feet
But
deep.
this is also the era when you see, the pictures of the guys eating lunch on giant I-beams, hundreds of feet in the air, and things got done.
Right.
No workers'
now
comp at the
it's-
time.
Right now, of OSHA and whatnot, and the red tape, and that's what takes so long.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, and what's so cool about those canals too is that not a lot of people know this, but there used to be gondola rides
Mhm.
from the Biltmore to Tahiti Beach.
Right.
Tahiti Beach got destroyed during a hurricane,
The 1926 hurricane.
1920. Yeah. I mean, and so there's just like the Biltmore alone has so much history that we don't really realize. I mean, from it being a hospital in World War II
And the
to-
Korean conflict.
and the Korean conflict
Right.
to then being closed, which you briefly mentioned, it used to sneak in.
Oh, we used to find our way into the Biltmore, and we thought that was the coolest
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
And the Gables had one police officer at the ground floor, and he had a generator, and that's how he had lights.
Mhm.
And I think he could watch TV. I don't remember, but I can tell you that it was really eerie to sneak in there
That.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
because then it had been a hospital,
Right.
so they left a
Gurneys.
lot of stuff behind.
Is that where the haunting started? Because I heard it was a mob thing too. That the mob would,
Yes.
stick people in the
So
concrete, or yeah.
would you like to go ahead and tell us about the resident ghost at the Biltmore,
He knows the story.
Fatty Walsh?
Okay. I
Because
wanna hear
the
it.
way
I
you
wanna
tell
hear it.
the story, and I'm sorry it's not
No.
Halloween
Walsh.
because it'd be relevant then.
No, I don't. back in the 20s, and when the Biltmore was built, the 13th floor was the Everglades suite. It still is. It's the Everglades suite. Some people call it the Al Capone suite. Al Capone never stayed there.
Okay.
But these two mobsters from New York decided to make it into a speakeasy. And on one particular night, they got into it with each other. And one of the bodyguards got in front of his boss, and the other guy's bodyguard shot and killed the bodyguard. Incidentally, the bullet hole is still on the mantle of the 13th floor.
Wow.
And I can point it out.
Nice.
His name was Fatty Walsh. That was his nickname. The killer, along with his boss, they were never seen again. The Coral Gables Police Department could not find them. And they say they moved to Cuba. Obviously, he then became the resident ghost of the hotel. And he's a friendly ghost. And he's the kind of ghost that likes the ladies. And so he typically haunts ladies.
Oh.
Yeah. And he didn't like Bill Clinton. He didn't like Bill Clinton.
He didn't like Bill Clinton?
No, he would mess with Bill Clinton, President Clinton, when he stayed there.
Understandable.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you, the thing about the mob, a little story about that I want to tell you is because my
so
grandparents were my mom went to St. Teresa and the Biltmore was in the family, but something happened with my grandfather when he owned a bar that was mob involved. Okay. And the mob, let's just whatever mob it was, if it was a local one or Chicago one or whatever, there was a meeting convened. I'm not going to get into the details of it, whatever. But I will say this: that you see in the movies where they all have a nickname, like Tony Two Toes or Tommy the Tongue or whatever. Exactly like that. He says, my grandfather said, in the movies, when you see the mob, that is the most accurate depiction of something in movies you'll ever see.
Oh, that is so
cool.
And
it's not really. It's not embellished as much as you would think that they're like that. They're like Tony Two Toes and Johnny the Finger and Jimmy the Snake and whatever. And they were serious guys. And they would bounce around in the Gables. I heard quite a bit.
It was a great place to come to, except in the summer.
Meyer Lansky was here, Lucky Luciano.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Havana mob was extremely tied to
it. Well, it was a great connection for them to come from Chicago and New York to Miami, Coral Gables, and then hop on a ferry ride to Havana.
It was the mob's paradise. It really was before the revolution. I mean, you used to see the Copacabana. No, you saw some casinos when you were there, right?
I snuck into the Copacabana
that is so
at
cool.
8 years of age.
In Havana.
That
is amazing. That is so cool.
And I saw the stage and it was cool.
Nice.
It was cool. I used to sneak into a lot of places in my day. That's about the worst trouble I ever got into, sneaking in.
I'm glad that's the worst trouble you got into. I won't tell you the worst trouble I've gotten into.
I think I know it.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we take a look at our comments here? So we've got a couple people watching our show here. We are at 11 million viewers. It says, let's go to the top there, can we? By the way, just a quick comment. We did get some feedback that the audio quality wasn't great. So if anybody is having trouble hearing us, please let us know. So we got a comment there from Miami Community Newspaper itself. Can you hit it for us? What does it say?
So how did I miss you? Venetian Pool was my home away from home.
Who was that writing that? Was that Ilian or Andres?
It's got to be Michael or
Michael or Grant on the other side over there.
Uh-huh.
It might have been Michael.
We were very cliquish in those days.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a comment from Louis Mercado. Can you hit that one right there? What does it say? Always enjoyed going to the Venetian Pool growing up. I think people really enjoy hearing about Venetian Pool there.
And Chuck and Tanya Piefer, Vizcaya too. I think they were referring to the haunting.
The haunting and the history, probably.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dad, we're really curious about what you've got here for us. I mentioned it briefly. You have a famous old-fashioned.
Famous in my own mind.
Famous in your own mind. Well, could you tell us a little bit about what you brought here and what you're going to be demonstrating?
Sure. So I'm going to disclose my secrets, which is a little troubling.
I'm sorry.
Because I borrow from people and I do little shortcuts.
Okay.
So this is an old-fashioned a la Cabrera.
Okay.
A la Cabrera.
You can keep something in your pocket. That's what my grandmother used to do.
I'm gonna
keep a little something in your pocket so it's special.
I'm going to expose my old-fashioned recipe. Now, do you want me to make it for you now?
I think it would be great to make it now, and that way, moving into our
ready.
game,
Okay.
we'll
All right,
have a little something to drink.
I'll try to do it quickly. Okay.
We're gonna move the mic over so that
I tried to bring ice because we have to start with two old-fashioned glasses like these. You're not old enough. You can't have any.
we offered to our producers almost every episode, and they've never said yes.
But before we do,
One day we'll get you guys.
But before we do this,
If you're old enough, if you're old enough,
we got to stay COVID free.
COVID free. We're getting more.
We are Purelling.
By the way, we're getting more viewers, so I think a lot of people really like what's happening.
The
here.
old fashioned.
Yeah.
Get your notepads out, kids.
Look, I think Lola said something. What did
Lola's
she say?
got see you soon. I'll take one. That's
Oh,
my girl.
Yeah, well, we're gonna save one just for you, Lola.
Yeah.
We're not giving it to Nicholas because I only brought 2 glasses. So once you get the glasses out, you've got to start with a large ice cube. Sorry, son, I'm just getting old.
it's okay.
So these are we're going to do 2 large ice cubes here. And then we're going to go right to the bourbon. And this is a small batch
Oh
of,
yeah. Yeah.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Larceny.
Ooh.
And you can pick up one of these at Jensen's.
Okay.
Wait,
In Little Havana, right?
Jensen's is right on 27th.
27th, right after the
Are we
bridge.
missing something?
Right
Yeah,
after the bridge.
I always miss. I forget something. Where's that bag that I brought? Because in that bag should have been the mixer.
The shaker?
Guess what, guys?
Let me see. Let me see.
No shaker?
Stay,
Good?
stay back. We can't have these.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we didn't bring a shaker.
I forgot to shake.
That's okay. That's okay.
If my head wasn't glued on, I'd leave it somewhere.
It's all good. Walk us through the steps at least.
At
so the
least tell
people
us
at
a little bit
home
about-
Can,
no, I'm actually
make
going to
the
make
recipe.
it without it.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
going to freelance it.
Okay.
So here we go.
You're going to use the hand sanitizer pen to stir it up, right?
I actually brought a spoon.
Oh, about a spoon.
Okay.
Perfect. So you got something that we can work
You know,
with.
the problem that the damn job of mine keeps me from focusing on the real important things in life.
What's your job, by the way?
Insurance.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Well, if you need good health insurance, we've got some great agents that have been on the show. And if you need good property and casualty and group health, you deserve to save. Call one of us
Absolutely.
At where?
Oh, well, you could, if you want to call him, you could just follow him on Instagram. He's
Okay.
got his own
There
Instagram
you
now. We'll pull it up here in a bit. But
plug it.
with us, you're in great hands. And
We're
we'll
like
take
State
care
Farm,
of you.
but better.
We're like, exactly. So,
But more hands-on.
Right.
yeah, right.
So listen, guys, I've taken the liberty to get ahead of myself. But what I've done here is I've taken this Larceny and tried to do a shot and a half.
Okay.
Then I've done some orange bitters. And this is the secret sauce, Mandarin Napoleon.
Wow.
And again, you can get this anywhere.
Okay.
Total Wine. And then I use the citrate, this orange citrate, because I really like my old fashions to have like an orange feel to them. And finally, I use a Luxardo cherry, which is a dirty cherry.
Okay.
Why is it dirty? What makes it dirty?
So many
It's dirty,
jokes.
son. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I can't talk to you about those things.
Okay. There we go. Just needed to hear it.
Long spoon.
A long spoon
Long spoon.
makes
If
it
this
dirty.
were Steve's show. Oh,
Oh, if Steve were here, he'd be. I heard he smoked cigars on set today, and I'm a little upset that
Yeah,
we weren't there with
yeah.
him.
well,
So next time we're gonna have to bring cigars of our own. I'm not sure that Michael and Grant would ever let anybody smoke a cigar here again. What was that? You just take a.
Oh, that cherry juice is delicious.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then finally, we take a little orange peel and we
You're
drop
gonna
it in there.
smoke these, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, because I thought you bring a
I
little.
didn't bring a smoker.
Darn.
Yeah.
Smoky old fashions is a different thing, right?
it's a good. I mean, you can't tell from
Let's can I move
this, but this is a really good looking.
It's a good looking
Old-fashioned.
drink.
This is one of Lola's favorite drinks too.
Oh, we're gonna
He
save that.
absolutely loves.
Here's
Look at this.
But look at that.
I want everybody to see it.
That's delicious.
This
I could just.
amazing.
You want me to sanitize it a little bit?
Please give me a little
No.
spritz there. Oh. All right.
Oh, I forgot to tell everyone about the shortcut. The shortcut is Bar Smith Old Fashioned Mix, and you can pick this up at Target or Publix
Really?
for like $4.50.
One day we're gonna get
Yeah.
you guys to have a drink with us if you're old enough. Got the
Gentlemen?
thumbs up from our executive producers. Well, I want to bring it up to the camera just for a second. Is this the right one? That one. Just so everybody
Middle.
can see
There you
what
go.
we're looking
Yeah.
at. So this looks pretty nice. We're excited.
It's going to be a little on the warm side. Are you going to try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Of
for
course.
you, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
We'll share one, Dad.
Okay.
Let's share one. I've shared other things with you, so
Okay.
we can share this.
Keep
Cheers.
going.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Be honest.
I will.
And if anybody at home is having a drink with us, cheers to you as well.
Ooh, I have to say,
It's okay.
I can have a few of those.
Yeah. Let me give it a try.
I can only do 2 in one sitting.
It's no, it's got a lot of personality there.
It's very
Delicious.
It's very good.
No, it really is.
And I'm not a big old fashioned drinker, and that's very good.
And yeah, I forgot the shaker.
That's okay.
It's no, it's fantastic.
Well,
As we know from last week, my taste in beer is non-existent, but this stuff, no. And it's
we're gonna have to do an episode
Mhm.
where we play the Cooler of Mystery, but with whiskey.
with whiskey.
With whiskey.
By the way, you can make these old fashions with rum also.
Really?
You can make them with anything.
Right,
You can
right.
make them with tequila.
Yeah, no, this is delicious.
That's very cool. Well, so now that we have our drinks, I think it's time for us to play our game for today.
Ooh.
And this is a game I came up with for you, and because you have an uncanny knowledge of TV shows and theme songs from TV shows, Tony and I came up with a game called Blast to the Past. Now I do have to find you on Spotify because you have.
So you're
going
gonna play the show
It's
themes.
like name that.
We're gonna play the
Yeah.
show theme song game,
But we're gonna have the viewers join in.
and they are.
Sure.
So if a viewer knows the song and they comment it before you do, they get a point.
Well, not only will I try to name the show, I'm gonna try to name the network that it was on,
Okay.
what day of the week, and at what time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Love it.
So we'll play this game. We'll
Because I have a photographic memory.
Yes. That we
Yeah,
all.
That
we all-
slipped. That slipped. I meant to say photographic.
By the way, we have a comment from Mimi says, I can vouch he makes the best old fashions.
Oh,
she would know.
Mimi.
Yeah,
I
she
agree.
would know.
She's had more old fashions than I have, so I'm a little jealous. Well, Mimi, thank you for watching, Mimi. We're glad you're here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to do maybe 10 to 15 songs. If the audience guesses them, if they know it, they can comment. If an audience member, let's make it a little easier because we might not catch the comment before you answer it. If they can comment it while you answer it, it's a point less for you.
Ooh.
Oh, whatever you want. Yeah.
So, but here's the deal. If you get 15 points, Dad, I will get you a fresh new bottle of Larceny
Ooh.
Sounds like a deal to me.
I'm
and a
in.
shaker.
No, I've got the shaker.
And a shaker.
I just forgot it.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and give this a start. Ready? This is the first song for today. Oh, that's cheating. I can't do
Daniel
that one.
Boone.
That doesn't count.
NBC Thursday nights, 8:00.
The fact that you knew exactly what night and what channel earned you a point.
That's original airing. And then
Original?
airing. Then it moved to other nights.
What was Daniel Boone about?
It was about a character that is a real live American character,
Okay.
and he was a pioneer, a lot like Davy Crockett. The actor that played him was a guy named Fess Parker.
Wow.
I was going to say, which one's the coonskin hat? Is that Boone or
No, that's
Crockett?
Davy Crockett.
David Crockett?
David Crockett.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We'll give you another one. Let's see if I could do this without it saying the name first.
And he was in Kentucky. I think. Batman.
Okay. Channel?
I think it was NBC also, and it played 2 nights in a row.
Really?
So it had a 30-minute first show, and then at the end of the show, they would say, "Don't touch that dial. Same Bat channel
Nice.
tomorrow." And Batman and Robin would be in some sort of trouble, and you would not sleep that night because you wanted to make sure your superheroes made it the next day.
I think we're 2 for 2.
Yeah, we are 2 for 2.
And that was
Okay.
around 1967, 66.
We have some popcorn. It's everything.
We have some popcorn. It's entertaining.
Oh, okay. Let's keep going
Okay.
then. All right. We're going to get another one for you, Dad. Ready?
Go.
Oh, I know this. Wait,
Go.
no, I when you say it, I'll know it. I know this. I've heard this. You know it, obviously.
Charlie's Angels.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's really good.
there we
Yes,
go.
Yes, yes.
ABC,
Yes.
Wednesday nights,
Yes.
10 p.m.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I just had a crush on those ladies.
Oh, sure.
I just adored them.
That's so cool. All right. Give you another one. Ready?
Man,
You're at 3 points right now.
His face over
Our
his
other
eye.
associate producer has no idea what we're doing.
Oh, I know this is. I know. I know. I know. I know.
okay. I get
18.
them.
All right. 18.
I forgot.
Very good.
Just like I forgot my
It was.
shaker.
It was. Well, when the 18 played when I was a kid, it was reruns. I think on. Back then, the cable channels were like 39,
Yep.
35, like WPL, whatever, 39, whatever 39 was, and the 18 would play in reruns.
George Peppard
Was it the main guy?
main
Hannibal.
guy, Hannibal, and then
yeah.
Mr. T,
T. I pity the fool.
not getting on a plane.
Oh, the 18th.
So we're 3 for 1.
By the way, that was it. Was
He knew it. He let me answer.
It was NBC at 8:00 on
yeah.
Wednesdays.
I'm not giving him the point for
Wednesdays
that
or
one, though.
Thursdays in the 70s, though. In the 70s.
That is so cool. All right. I think this one's going to be for both of you.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Space.
Yes.
The final
Final frontier.
These are
These
the
are the
voyages.
voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and civilizations, to boldly go where no man back then had gone before. That's TNG. They used to say man.
Spock,
There you
well done.
Yeah, very good.
Good job.
So just so the entire audience knows, there's a couple Trekkies here.
Oh,
The two of you, huge Trekkies, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But I could be wrong now about what they say because I don't know if the original. I wasn't a big original series guy, so they may have had a completely different
no, you did good.
monologue. But that was the TNG one.
Well, the original said it's 7-year mission.
There you go.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Gene
There you
Roddenberry.
go. Look at you.
Yeah.
So you were doing
I
the
love
one
it.
for
I was doing TNG, which
was Elliot's show.
Right.
Our-
And they also go a little more PC, and they say we're no one.
One has gone before.
William Shatner used to say no man.
Man has
Yes.
gone before.
That's very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dad, you have Star Trek costumes, don't you?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. You're a little embarrassed about that?
I have a Starfleet captain's uniform.
Oh,
And
nice.
a box of gadgets.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
I have a working phaser
Oh.
and tricorder.
I should have had you bring
communicator.
Speaking out.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm a dweeb.
Yeah. No, it's super
Anyway,
cool. I put the costume on once. It actually
And it
fits.
fits you. You look great.
It
You look
does.
like a young Captain Kirk.
All right, I got another.
Young and skinny Captain Kirk.
So I'm going to give each of you a point for that one. So 4
He
and
gets
2.
the point. You're not getting out of the
No, I'm somehow going to get out of it. 4 and 2. 4 and 2. All right, here we go.
You know, this is a Western.
Why is it a Western?
Because did you hear the horse?
Yeah.
Okay, just wondering.
Gunsmoke,
There we
There you
go.
go. Yeah.
starring James Arness.
Okay.
Monday nights,
Uh-huh.
8:00
Okay.
on CBS.
My father would know that. My father loved the old westerns like that. Yeah. I was
1 hour show.
That's a
1 hour
good
show.
old
And you
time.
know who the original Matt Dillon was supposed to be?
Mm-mm.
John Wayne.
Oh.
And John Wayne did not want to be typecasted and decided that he was not going to do it. But he came on TV to introduce James Arness, who played along some movies that he was in the 50s, 40s, and always liked James Arness.
So cool.
Yeah.
You know
Love
so
it.
much about this stuff.
I know, it's crazy.
All right, this one is funny, and we're going to tell you, and we'll tell the audience why we like it after I play it, and you'll know why.
Oh, I know. Okay.
I think they know that.
Ready?
Yeah,
$6 Million Man.
Yep. Oh.
No? I got something wrong?
you got it wrong.
I thought I was going to say the same
Chips.
thing.
Oh, chips.
It's chips.
Oh,
But
my
it was the-
goodness.
It was the brrrr that made me think the $6 million.
I
man,
messed
too.
up.
And
Yeah,
why did I say we were going to like this? Why do we
Because
call
we
ourselves
pretend that we're chips on the Vespas.
Gables Highway Patrol? You'll see us riding up and down ponds.
Now, let me try to recover because this was on NBC, not at 8, but at 7 p.m. on Saturday nights. And
Okay.
they never took their guns out because you couldn't have a
Oh,
violent show before 8
before
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
That
But
is
I
pretty
want to say in his defense, though, I really did think that it was a $6 million man as well. Because that
good. Well, let's play it. Let's see what's the $6 million man
there's
sounds
a
like.
little bit of like a techie.
Here.
No, except that they start talking right away.
All right, well, this is a $6 million man.
Yeah,
I think it's very different. I think it's very different.
I'm with him. I'm going to count that one.
No, it's different.
All right. I'm nervous. I've
Yeah.
never been on a show with my kid.
Oh, that's what it is. All right, here we go. This one's gonna play this name. I played this game with you so many times that I now know the song.
No, you ruined the game.
I
for me
ruined the
so
game
many
for you.
times.
I was telling Tony about that
He
earlier.
makes me crazy.
I do.
Because I'm hosting the game and he's telling people what it is, and I'm going, dude,
He told
really?
me. He told me, yeah.
I go berserk,
Berserk.
but I adore him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's one. Yes. Oh, yeah. I got it.
Okay, you do it.
No. I want you to get
He
the
doesn't. No, what is it?
Baywatch.
Baywatch.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
4 and 3. Actually,
Yeah.
give him a point for something else. 5 and 3.
No, he got it. Baywatch.
Very
See,
good.
Yeah.
It shows our age.
Let's do a few more. Let's do a
Oh,
few
yeah.
more.
You're
here.
still a young whippersnapper. I never watched Baywatch.
You can't answer this one
Boob
because I
watch,
played
yeah.
it earlier. You can't answer this one.
Ah, The Green Hornet.
It wasn't even a second before you got that one.
Again, NBC. And that was created by the same people that created Batman. And they actually had the Green Hornet and Batman together for 2 episodes.
That is so cool.
Little
And you know who his sidekick was?
the Green Hornet.
Green Hornets.
No, I remember Batman was Robin, but I remember Green Hornets.
Kato.
Kato.
And you know who played Kato?
Like in the movie. No.
Bruce Lee.
Wow.
Look
Well
at this.
done.
Sound guy
Look at
got it.
this.
Bruce Lee.
Well done.
Thank you,
Bruce
sound guy.
Lee.
So guy used
And in China, they thought it was called the Kato Show. They didn't call it the Green Hornet. He was the main character in China, in spite of the fact that he was the butler driver for the Green Hornet.
How cool is that? Well, this is gonna be the last one, and then there's a reason I'm doing that. Oh, you want to keep? We can keep going.
No. People are bored.
Okay, this is the last one, and then the reason it's the last one is because I have something I'm going to show you that you're going to get a kick out of. So here we go.
Come on, guys. Well, you have to go.
Oh, that's
Lone
it. When you got
Ranger.
it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the reason I play this one last is because I have a little something that you're going to get a kick out of, and I think this comes from your 40th birthday.
Uh-oh.
And I found this not that long ago. I've had it in my apartment for a few months now, but I believe that's you. Right there. That's you right there. When you were what? How old?
Get close up.
We got to get a
He's
close up on this.
I think I
too damn
was
cute.
Look at that.
I think I was 7 years old, right before. Yeah, and I'm dressed like
It's
Rusty.
you.
So I don't know if you guys remember Ring Tin Tin.
This is not. You're not Lone Ranger here.
That was a little German Shepherd.
I knew it wasn't, but
The
I,
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
So the little boy that would hang out with him was Rusty,
Okay.
and I'm dressed like Rusty in his uniform, his cavalry uniform.
that
Yeah.
is so cool. Well, I'm gonna.
Thank you, son. Thank you for embarrassing me.
I knew you'd get a kick out of that. I found that not that.
I
long
remember
ago.
that birthday. I remember taking you to the birthday party that was thrown for me. It was a surprise birthday party,
Okay.
and you were like, I don't know, 9 months old. And we put you upstairs in someone's master bedroom, and we put pillows around you. And all night I kept checking in on you.
Oh.
Because I just thought this kid's going to do something. Something's going to happen with this guy.
I'm
But
gonna
he
ruin
didn't
your
move.
birthday.
He didn't move. He just stood there. He just slept there. He was
Well,
great.
I'm gonna give you credit. You got most of those songs right, except for one.
Man, I really messed that up.
But it's okay. You knew more than when you knew as much as I thought you know. So I'm gonna get you a bottle of Larceny.
Thank you.
That's a good son.
But Tony and I also have a little gift for you.
Oh,
This is a one of a kind.
okay.
Doesn't exist otherwise. So we have a Resource City T-shirt to give you.
I forgot what the
today.
gift was. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God, don't tell me.
So this
Don't
is
ask
one
me
of a
what it is.
kind.
Love it.
It's actually vintage because it's from the original Resource City.
Very nice logo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Back of it says "Change in the Weather,"
I'll wear it proudly
and I
Uh-huh.
expect to see you wearing this tomorrow.
That's our very own Jason.
for the next 3 days.
So the next
Yeah.
3 days. So
I'm
this
gonna
is
see if
for
I can
you.
find something to match it with.
Yeah, and then this is for Tony. It's
My favorite
it's a lightsaber. So there's a story behind this, but I'm not going to tell the story tonight. But,
But it's a funny story.
it's a funny story.
I heard the story, and I
Thank you.
was thinking there needs to be a Nick, I'm your father joke
Yeah.
running here somewhere with a
There you go.
lightsaber.
You want to hold it and say Nick?
Don't we
I'm
have a
your
Darth
father.
Vader button? Nick, yeah. He's
I
like,
am
wait,
your
where's the
father.
Darth
Nick, I
Vader?
am your father.
Where's the Darth Vader? I think it's a no.
This thing is
a-
I also found a charger for it, so I'm very excited about that.
Like a microphone too.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, good
You don't want to
looking-
know where that was.
Oh no. We can
You
say,
need a welding helmet to look
hey,
at.
what
it.
happened? I'm
Don't
off.
no,
Don't look
it's just-
directly at it.
do the Darth Vader.
No.
But this actually reminds me of a device that Ron Popeil used to sell,
Oh.
Mr. Microphone. Remember that?
I remember Popeil and all of his.
It was like a
rest in
30-second
peace.
commercial.
Yes.
And the favorite line, my favorite line was, "Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later."
That one I like.
Nice.
We were riding a pedicab last year in Illuminate, and he yelled that at somebody as we walked by them. It was hilarious.
And they thought I was a pervert.
yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
So let's as we approach the end of our show here today, let's talk about a few things happening around town. First, which my dad and I are again excited about, and if anybody out there is watching has a Vespa, please follow us, Vespa Mia. We're a group that's out of Miami Beach. We do once a month meetups, and this one's going to be in Coral Gables with our tour guide, yours truly. We will be meeting on February 19th. Ideally, we'll start at a coffee shop, hopefully Market Kitchen, and end at Bay 13 Brewery for the first day of the Makers Market. Very excited about that. The Makers Market's going to be the perfect hybrid between your typical farmers market and artisan craft market. We're in the works with a couple vendors, and we will be excited to be announcing them hopefully next week. If there's anybody that would like to be a vendor, please reach out to us, events@restorecity.com.
Very cool concept, which was your idea.
It was.
It is.
And I have to, I'm very
cool
grateful to
concept.
be working with Bay 13 on this.
Mhm.
I'm excited. And it's going to have live music. We're going to do speed dating. We're going to be doing the Vespa meetup. We're going to be working on some other things. So keep an eye out. Makers Market. Tonight, Burgerlicious with the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce. I know everybody's been talking about Burgerlicious. This is super exciting.
Always a great
Fortunately,
event.
We didn't get the burger hats tonight, but I did make sure to
Ah.
include our Bay 13 hat up there and our Lions Not Cheap hat up there, just to stick with the theme.
Okay.
Then we also have the typical Coral Gables Farmers Market on Saturday. We'll probably drop by that for a little bit, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Great place to get your fresh produce.
Exceptional Saturday activity.
Yeah,
Good
and
thing to be fun.
and just to walk around, get some coffee.
Mhm.
Acumen Coffee's there. They're awesome. I don't know if you
Weather's
haven't had their
fantastic.
oh
Acumen?
gosh,
Oh yeah.
Acumen.
Yeah.
We love it. And just to get, a little bite to eat. And I think there's a couple other events. We'll definitely be posting them on our Facebook and Instagram. But I think that's it.
It's a
for
wrap
today.
So
That's a
Well,
wrap.
thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, son.
You're welcome, Dad.
Just so you know,
Father.
the entire family is very proud of you and all of your successes and efforts. And Tony, thank you for giving him an opportunity.
Oh well, thank you for having him.
The,
Thank you for making him.
listen, I had some help. The check is in the mail.
Okay.
Oh, that's what it
Okay,
is.
so
There
I'm
we go.
just saying.
Well, we are in the city. We stream live every Thursday here from Miami Community News, 3 p.m. You can catch us on Facebook Live. You can catch us on YouTube. We're really excited. Our last episode got 1,000 views on YouTube and 1.4 on Facebook. Let's beat that. We have
Let's do it.
we have the best guests next week. Really exciting guests. Abby Hernandez and Flora Chang. They're going to be joining us to talk about how self-care is sexy.
Is
Ooh,
it?
Yeah, self-care is
Okay.
sexy, and
Alright.
and elemental living, which is
Okay.
Abby's
Sexy
business
self-care.
in Coral Gables.
Okay.
So we look forward to seeing you all next Thursday at 3 p.m. And we're in the city. Long,
Live.
local.
There you go.